This is a Bones Divination for the global community for October in the year of 2024. I've already set the intention and asked the ancestors to come forward with any information that they feel might be helpful for the global community. So I'm just going to light a little bit of empathy, maybe, and let the ancestors know that we're ready to begin. The image that the ancestors are showing you, Makos, they are showing me you walking around in your backyard. And as you walk from the left to the right, you stop and you look over the fence at your neighbor's yard and you realize that there are many things laying around your neighbor's yard. So you walk over there and you start picking up all the things in your neighbor's yard, organizing them and putting them away. And then you walk over to your own yard again and you're pacing around your backyard. And then you look on your neighbor's yard on the other side. And again, you see all kinds of things all out of place, and you feel the need to go over there and organize them for them. So you walk over, you pick up all the things, you put them away, and you start to head back to your own yard. But on the way, you see the neighbor across the street. And the neighbor has things in their front yard, bicycles, toys, tools. And so you walk over there and you start organizing them and putting them back away again. And the ancestors are saying what this is and what this represents is that you are putting all your focus on everyone else's yards. You are taking your focus away from your own backyard and you are focusing your attention elsewhere. The ancestors are saying that often the reason for this is you are avoiding something that you don't want to see, something that you don't want to look at within inside of yourself. And so you keep bringing your focus, your attention to everyone else's messes, everyone else's drama, everyone else's items that are out of place or you feel are not organized well enough. You are taking the time away from looking at your own backyard and focusing somewhere else. And you are doing this over and over to avoid what you really need to look at. The ancestors are saying that this is important in this month of October as we are moving into it because we are expecting another wave of surge of frequency, a new vibration that is coming in. And if your focus is everywhere else besides on your own backyard, then you are going to have more difficulty integrating and allowing this frequency to come in. If your focus is elsewhere, then you are not doing the work within inside of yourself that needs to be done in order to open up the space that these frequencies will come in and shift and help change you. When you are focusing elsewhere, then you are going to have more difficulty. And this is what the ancestors want you to hear in this month, that it is time to really focus on your own backyard. They are saying that this does not mean that you cannot help others out, but when you are feeling that your attention is being called away over and over again, if you're fully focused on somewhere else outside of yourself all the time, constantly, then take a look at not only why are you avoiding looking at what is inside of yourself, but also what that is that you're trying to avoid seeing. And the ancestor says also that you can imagine your own backyard like a garden. You can look at it like a garden in the sense of imagining, sensing, feeling, knowing, or what that would look like. Where is there great growth and abundance? Are the flowers flowering? Are the vegetable plants fruiting? Where in your garden might it be a little parched and need some water, some fertilizer, some attention? Where in your garden has the growth fallen away and you need to pull out the old plants and till the earth and plant new seeds? Where in your garden might there be so many weeds that it is all overgrown and needs you to weed it and pay attention to it? And the ancestors are saying to take this month of October and to really focus, to really go inward, to look at what needs to be tended to, what needs to be seen, what needs to be brought forward in order to be able to feed that growth, in order to let go of what needs to be let go of so that something new can be planted, something new can be nurtured and nourished by these vibrations and frequencies that are coming in during this month of October. The ancestors are saying that the more that you can focus on your own backyard with inside of yourself, the more ease and effortlessness will come to you during this time of great change. The ancestors are saying just to be mindful of looking in everybody else's backyard and focusing on what you see is going wrong, not only in individuals, but across the planet as well. Our focus is being pulled away over and over from what is truly needed. And what is needed is to be able to focus on our own backyards, our own inner gardens, our own spiritual development, and how we walk within this world. What are we avoiding seeing? And look at how we can shift and change that and make space for something new to grow, something that we can nurture and nourish so that we are better off on this planet that we live on, that we can move forward more as a global community in unison, in harmony, in ease and effortlessness. And so during this month of October, as you feel your attention drawn away from yourself, when you are realizing that you're focusing somewhere else, remember these words of the ancestors and bring your attention back and ask yourself that question: what are you avoiding looking at? And how can you shift that energy? And so when we look at the bones here, the ancestors are showing here that here is the bone of growth. This is the bone of new growth. This is the bone of self love. This is the bone of gifts. This is the bone of self sacrifice. And this is this time of transformation that is coming in. And so as we look across here, all of this is available to us, this growth, as we tap into our own self love, as we nurture and nourish our gifts. But here's these energies that are pulling us away, these energies here of sacrificing your own gifts in this movement forward because you're busying yourself by looking in other people's backyards. And this is what the ancestors are saying is, so here we have this opportunity on this side of the mat here, this opportunity of growth, this opportunity of moving forward. And then on this side, we have this sacrifice, all of this discord that we bring when we are not looking at our own backyard. And this is our heart bone, and our heart bone is closed every time that we are busying ourselves trying to fix everybody else's messes. And so we have a choice during this month of October to follow the path forward of movement, bringing in our own love for ourselves, our own transformation, and keep moving forward. And the ancestors are showing here this is a great time of these energies that are coming in here. And here's our life path bone. And what the ancestors are saying that it's not an either or. It's not an either or, that you can flip out and realize that, oh, I'm doing that again. I'm focusing on other people's business and they're in making busyness doing that. And then you can go, "Oh, okay, oh, I remember I need to go back and I need to focus on what is inside of me." And this is what the ancestors are showing. They're saying it's not an either or, that it's just trying to bring your focus back and bring the consistency back into looking at where you are and where you need to go, what you're avoiding looking at, what you can heal, what you can transform, and then you can move forward more fully on your path. The ancestors are showing here that this is a great time of conflict with inside of ourselves. And so, as this conflict right here, right in between our life path bones, this conflict and this doubt that sits right there in the middle of our life path. And so, as we are moving forward, the more that we can tap into the energies that are coming in and transform that internal conflict with inside of ourselves, because we're avoiding at looking at what is truly going on with inside of ourselves. And then we begin to bring that doubt in, that doubt that tells us that things are never going to change, things are always going to be this way, things in the world aren't so good, how is this ever going to get better? And this is the self talk that comes in. And so then we shift away and we begin to look at everybody else's backyard, because it's easier to try to fix someone else than it is to try to fix ourselves. And so what the ancestors are saying is this month of October is really an opportunity to keep bringing yourself back to that point. Keep bringing yourself back into your own backyard and looking at what needs to be shifted within inside of yourself, instead of being looking at what you think needs to be shifted in others in the world. Keep bringing yourself back, because the more that we can heal on the inside, the more that it's reflected on the outside. And I know that the ancestors have said this before. I know that you hear it over and over. And what what they are saying is we have to believe in that. We have to believe that things will get better. And it might not be in a day, a week, a month, or even in several years, but we have to believe that there is a better future. And at the more that we can believe in that, and the more that we can instill that within inside ourselves, the more that we can embody that, the more things shift and change at a greater rate and frequency. But when we're off busying ourselves in everybody else's backyard, then that slows the progression, that slows the momentum down, that causes more discomfort with inside of ourselves, more conflict, more doubt. And so, what the ancestors are saying is this really is giving us an opportunity each and every day in the month of October to remember to shift our focus back. Remember to shift your focus back when you feel yourself being pulled away and busied elsewhere. So, what am I not looking at? What do I need to focus my intention on? And this is the message of the ancestors for this month of October in the year of 2024, to really focus on your backyard, to see what needs to be able to be shift and change, and to let some of that busyness go. Stop trying to organize other people and to fix them, because we only in all capacity, we only can fix ourselves, and that is the way that we can fix the world moving forward. So I'm just going to light a little bit of impepu, letting the ancestors know how grateful we are for their wisdom, for their guidance, reminding us to bring our focus back to ourselves each and every day throughout this month of October. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you for coming forward today, allowing us to hear your wisdom, your guidance, your words, reminding us to tend to our own backyards, our own gardens, knowing that with this, there will be more ease and effortlessness in the days to come. Of course.